In an era where celebrity culture is often defined by spectacle, extravagance, and carefully engineered chaos, Park Jimin of BTS continues to stand apart. His recent airport arrival, simple on the surface, fleeting in duration, has once again ignited global conversation. Not because of scandal or excess, but because of something far rarer in modern fame: humility. Fans and media alike have come to call this moment the Humble Prince arrival, a title that reflects not only Jimin's appearance, but the aura he carries effortlessly wherever he goes. This was not merely an idol walking through an airport terminal. It was a reminder of why Jimin remains one of the most beloved figures in global pop culture. An artist whose presence speaks louder than any headline, and whose quiet manners command more attention than noise ever could. A scene that felt almost cinematic. The moment Jimin stepped into the airport, time seemed to slow. The terminal, already buzzing with anticipation, shifted instantly in energy. Cameras were raised, whispers turned into soft gasps, and fans carefully held back behind barriers, many visibly emotional. Yet Jimin did not rush. He did not hide. He did not perform. Dressed in understated fashion, clean lines, muted tones, and impeccable tailoring, he embodied elegance without extravagance. There were no flashy accessories competing for attention, no attempt to dominate the space. Instead, he walked calmly, shoulders relaxed, posture straight, his expression gentle yet focused. This balance between confidence and modesty is what fans have come to associate with Jimin. It is not taught by stylists or manufactured by public relations teams. It is something internal, something lived. The meaning behind Humble Prince. The phrase Humble Prince did not arise by accident. For years, fans have described Jimin using royal metaphors, not because of arrogance or distance, but because of the dignity he displays in every public moment. A prince, in the classical sense, is not defined by wealth or power, but by conduct, by respect, composure, and responsibility. At the airport, Jimin bowed slightly to staff members, made brief eye contact with fans, and offered small gestures of acknowledgement, nods, soft smiles, a hand over his heart. These moments, lasting mere seconds, carried emotional weight far beyond their size. He did not need to wave dramatically. He did not seek attention. His humility was the attention. Fans' reactions, emotion over hysteria. Unlike many airport sightings that spiral into chaos, this arrival was marked by an unusual atmosphere of respect. Fans cheered, but they did not surge forward. They called his name, but many also stood silently, watching with admiration rather than frenzy. Social media quickly filled with comments describing the scene as beautiful, calm, and emotional. Fans shared how they felt proud, not just excited, to support an artist who carries fame with such grace. One fan wrote, "Watching Jimin walk through the airport felt like watching someone who understands the weight of love and chooses to carry it gently." Another commented, "He doesn't act like someone above us. He acts like someone grateful for us." This emotional connection is not accidental. Jimin has spent years building trust with his audience, not through grand declarations, but through consistent sincerity. The weight of global stardom. It is easy to forget, in moments like this, just how immense Jimin's global status truly is. As a member of BTS, he stands at the center of one of the most influential cultural movements of the 21st century. BTS is not merely a music group. It is a phenomenon that reshaped the global music industry, challenged language barriers, and redefined what Asian artists could achieve on the world stage. And yet, at the airport, there was no sign of someone burdened by ego. Instead, there was a man who understands that stardom is temporary, but character is permanent. Fashion as quiet expression. Jimin's airport fashion has long been a topic of discussion, and this arrival was no exception. His outfit, minimalist, refined, and effortlessly stylish, reflected his personality more than any trend. The choice of colors was soft, the silhouette clean, emphasizing comfort and movement rather than dominance. Fashion critics noted how Jimin continues to influence global style, not by shock value, but by restraint. In a world obsessed with louder statements, his quiet confidence becomes revolutionary. Brands do not chase Jimin because he wears luxury. They chase him because he elevates whatever he wears. Body language that speaks volumes. Perhaps the most striking aspect of the arrival was Jimin's body language. Experts in communication often emphasize that true confidence reveals itself not through expansive gestures, but through calm control. Jimin's movements were fluid and unhurried. He walked neither too fast nor too slow, neither guarded nor exposed. There was a softness in his gaze, but also clarity. This duality, gentle yet strong, has always defined Jimin as both an artist and a person. On stage, he commands arenas. Offstage, he honors spaces. The staff, the security, and mutual respect. Another detail that caught public attention was Jimin's interaction with airport staff and security. He acknowledged their presence, followed instructions without resistance, and maintained a cooperative demeanor throughout. In an industry where entitlement sometimes overshadows courtesy, such behavior does not go unnoticed. Staff members were seen smiling, relaxed, their movements coordinated rather than tense. This mutual respect creates safety, not only physical, but emotional. A stark contrast to celebrity excess. In recent years, airport appearances by celebrities have often been criticized for chaos, protocol violations, or performative drama. Against that backdrop, Jimin's arrival felt almost refreshing, a reminder of how things can be. No controversy followed, no security breach dominated headlines, no forced viral moment was manufactured. Instead, the story became about dignity. Cultural impact beyond the moment. Why does a simple airport arrival matter so much? Because culture is shaped not only by grand events, but by repeated examples of behavior. Jimin's humility sends a powerful message to fans, especially young ones. Success does not require arrogance. Fame does not demand cruelty. Power does not excuse disrespect. This influence stretches far beyond music. It touches how fans view leadership, masculinity, kindness, and self-control. Jimin's long-standing reputation for kindness. Those who have followed Jimin's career know that this moment is not an exception. It is consistency. From behind-the-scenes stories shared by staff, to fellow artists praising his warmth, to fans recalling brief encounters filled with genuine kindness, the narrative remains the same. Jimin listens more than he speaks, he observes more than he demands, and when he moves, he does so with intention. Media coverage and global headlines. International media outlets quickly picked up the story, framing it not as gossip, but as a cultural observation. Headlines focused on words like grace, class, humility, and prince-like demeanor. In a time when negativity often dominates news cycles, this positive coverage resonated deeply with readers. It reminded audiences that not all celebrity news needs to be sensational to be meaningful. The symbolism of arrival. An arrival, symbolically, represents transition, a movement from one space to another. In Jimin's case, each arrival seems to reaffirm his journey, from a young trainee in Busan to a global icon who still walks with the same humility he carried at the beginning. This consistency is rare. It is what turns admiration into loyalty and fandom into trust. Fans calling it a healing moment. Many fans described watching the footage as calming, even healing. In comments and fan forums, people spoke about feeling comforted by his presence, inspired by his calm energy amid a chaotic world. This emotional impact cannot be manufactured. It emerges only when authenticity meets visibility. The quiet power of being unchanged. Perhaps the most powerful takeaway from Jimin's airport arrival is this. Despite fame, wealth, awards, and global recognition, he remains fundamentally unchanged in how he treats others. That is true power. Not the power to dominate headlines, but the power to remain oneself when the world tries to redefine you. A prince without a throne. Jimin does not sit on a throne. He does not command armies or issue decrees. Yet, in the eyes of millions, he embodies a kind of modern royalty, one built on empathy, discipline, and grace. His kingdom is not defined by borders, but by hearts. Conclusion. More than an arrival. The arrival of Jimin BTS at the airport was not a fleeting celebrity moment. It was a quiet, cultural statement. In a world hungry for authenticity, he offered sincerity. In a space often marked by chaos, he brought calm. This is why Jimin is not just admired as an artist, but respected as a person.